Canadian couple, Jacqueline Peter and Mark Janaszak, in 12th spot. Somewhat frustrated by the fact that they have not moved up in this competition. In fact, they've dropped a couple of spots from their 10th place in Munich. They're putting a brave face on it, but deep down inside, they're not sure why they've been marked down.
Well, they have made some changes to the free dance since the Olympics. And actually, I was speaking to their coach, Roy Bradshaw, and he said they've been making changes in this free dance ever since it was developed early on in the season. So it's been a little bit frustrating for them.
Jacqueline have expressed should be moving up in the rankings. But I think we have to recognize the fact that the World Championships have been isolated from the depth of the ice dancing in the Soviet Union for so many years by the fact that no country could send any more than 3 competitors to a World Championship. But with all the political change that's taken place in that part of the world, we now have the team from Latvia, which previously would have been considered part of the Soviet Union here. They're very good, and we find them in the top 10, so that in essence, There are 4 teams from the Soviet Union in the top 10 here at the World Championships. And I'm sorry, the Soviet Union always has had incredible depth in ice dancing, and unfortunately, Mark and Jacqueline are feeling the brunt of it here.
Technical marks. CIS judge at 4.8. 2 4.8s on the board, up to 5.1.
The ground for full loop, twice right in front of the judges. 0.2, right there.
Well, Mark is pointing out a deduction right there. Artistic marks up to a 5.2s and a 5.3 on the board. That's their high mark, and Peter and Janishak are right now in second place. 2 first-place marks there, but they are in second at the moment and will likely remain 12th. We'll be back with more. We're 11th at the Olympic Games, but they've moved into the top 10, are currently 9th after the original dance, and if they can stay in the top 10, the Americans will send 2 to next year's World Championships.
who is a former Canadian dancer who skated with Kelly Johnson.
Well, I thought this free dance had a certain amount of showbiz throughout it. All of their lengths were most exciting, and there were a lot of very interesting moves, a lot of very interesting transitions that really tended to be on the showbiz side of the sport.
Quite a few risky lifts here as well. I really liked the combination of ice dancing and jazz, and I thought this really had a nice light jazz feel, and I thought that the energy was really good throughout the dance.
Well, it's been a remarkable year for these two when you consider that she was in hospital in late December. Underwent surgery for a ruptured ovarian cyst. She was told to relax for 4 to 6 weeks, but that would have taken her out of the national championships and the Olympics. They were back on the ice just over a week later and went on to win the U.S. championship, the Olympics, and a fine set of technical marks here, and it looks like a top 10 finish at the World Championships.
Thank you.
And the artistic marks go up. There's Mary Jane Stahl, their coach, and they have first place marks from all 9 judges at this point. And it would appear they'll match or better last year's 9th place finish at Munich.
5.3. Thank you. Representing France, Sophie Tonya and Pascal Yamaguchi.
Well, this young French team has certainly made an impression here. They were 9th at the Olympics. They have moved to 6th place here going into the free skate. So using the retirements of the Duchesnes, Engie Toth, and they've also passed their teammates Yvon and Paluel and moved up 3 spots, which is a big move in ice dancing.
They're skating to the soundtrack from Beetlejuice and the Witches of Eastwick.
Well, I think if there's a main reason why they've passed their teammates, it's the simple fact that this team looks much more relaxed and much more confident out on the ice. but I think what separates this one and puts it into the position where it's going to end up is the fact that there was a certain degree of sophistication lacking. And I think for so many of these teams in that 5 through 10 spot, it's the team that latches on to that degree of sophistication that's going to move them up above the number 5 spot.
Well, one of the most important things in ice dance is the music that is chosen. And I really wasn't crazy about this choice. I just didn't think that it was appropriate for ice dance.
At least for a free dance that's really going to do something.
She's 22 years of age from Paris, and Pascal is 23 from Colombes.
They really made a mark yesterday in their original dance. They really impressed a lot of people, and I think that this is the team we're going to see in the top 10 for the next few years to come.
The low marks are from the Swiss and Italian judges, 5-2 and 5-3. The rest 5-4s and 5-5.
Thank you.
Daniel Maricel is their coach. There is the second set. Now they have 7 first-place marks and 2 second-place marks. And right now, they are the leaders ahead of Sergeant Witherby, Goolsby, Schomburger, and Peter and Janishak. Back with more in 4th place, and also the leaders amongst the non-Russian competitors.
Well, this is a style of free dance that reminds me of former dance champions Tracy Wilson and Rob McCall.
Well, Bob, commented on that about this free dance in Albertville, but sitting at this end of the rink, I saw it from a totally different perspective. And believe it or not, this team could have skated on a rink 200 feet long by 40 feet wide because they never came to the back side or the other side of the rink from where the judges were at all.
But nonetheless, it is very entertaining. It's a real crowd. It's a real
great
crowd
gimmicky free
pleaser.
dance. It is. There's no doubt about it. It's full of great gimmicks and great mime.
And great facial expression.
But to me, I don't think that's what a good free dance is, and I don't understand why the judges like this one so much.
5.6, 5.5, 5.6.
And they do like it. A couple of 5.7s there, Germany and Czechoslovakia. Highest technical marks we've seen so far.
5.6. Thank you. And their marks are...
Just from this end perspective, it almost looked like a private screening for the 9 judges.
Oh, we could never be dance judges.
9 first-place marks, however, for Caligari and Camerlengo.
Thank you.
Coming up next, the Olympic welcome you back to Oakland. Marina Klimova and Sergei Ponomarenko are the leaders, but Barb, that was an intriguing story about her blade problems and how they made it through the original dance.
Well, I was amazed when Sergei told me that they struggled through the whole original dance because I didn't really see that. I thought it was a very strong dance. But she had her skates sharpened and she said they were fine, but you have to wonder what that does to your confidence.
and they're getting to their feet for Marina Klimova and Sergei Ponomarenko.
Well, I sure hope that this free dance comes across on television like it does in real life. Because watching this here tonight, it's an experience.
Well, Barbara, when I first saw the free dance at Europeans, it didn't catch my fancy. But after seeing it there, after seeing it at Olympics, and after seeing it here tonight, I have grown to love this free dance. These two skate like they're two magnets out there, like they're drawn to each other. They skate in perfect sync, and as a result, you just feel that you couldn't separate these two if you tried out there, and it's a powerful emotion that's just breathtaking.
Their final competitive program, and it's certainly one to remember. First set of marks come up, 5.7 to 5.9s, and despite the talk of the blade problems, they were as sharp as ever. 5.9s right across the board for Klimova and Ponomarenko, looking for their third world championship. Still to come, their arch rivals, Usova Zulin. In the championship, Maya Usova and Alexander Zulin. But no margin for error with that string of 5.9s, and it might have been 6s had Usova Zulin already skated. But there's very little there for Usova and Zulin to pass Klimova Ponomarenko.
And this free dance really speaks for itself. They're skated to 4 seasons, and they are 2 statues in a park coming to life.
Klimova Ponomarenko have had, and then there was a case of the classic missed an edge lost. It's hard to put into words what it feels like when you've got a program that relies so heavily on capturing your audience, creating a spell, and then to have that spell broken by a fall like that. It certainly is, for them, a frustrating experience because the program has been going so well.
Well, I was spellbound. I really was. And when they fell, it just sort of woke me up. And you couldn't really get back into that same frame of mind after that because
all you could think of was the fact that they had fallen, and it was such an unusual, rare thing to happen to this team in particular.
to any team in ice skating.
With that, the gold slips away, but does that mean the silver is also in jeopardy? Let's find out. The technical marks really don't drop because of the fall.
They are really so good that I can't see the judges taking away the silver.
Great artistic marks. They say they will change their style next year. I think fans around the world aren't sure they really have to. The Sovazulan second place marks right across the board. They are behind Klimova Ponomarenko once again.
Representing Finland, Susanna Rakamo and Petri Koko.
Well, it will be interesting to see how the crowd reacts to Susanna Rakamo and Petri Koko, the Finnish champions, who are in fifth place because in Albertville they brought down the house with their free program. And here they are right after Klimova Ponomarenko and his Sovazulan.
the fact that they skated right behind Uzova-Zulin provides an interesting opportunity to compare what it is about Uzova-Zulin and Klimova-Ponomarenko that makes them the best. And what it is that when you watch this team skate, when you watch the Finns skate, you notice that they just did those 3 particular steps because they need to get their speed up for whatever they're doing next. You never notice that with Klimova-Ponomarenko or Uzova-Zulin. They get their speed apparently effortlessly.
What I did notice, though, it seemed they traveled the ice faster than any other couple.
Well, I really found that was one thing that Caligari and Camerlingo were lacking, and that this team had. They really covered the ice.
Well, they are in a battle with Caligari Camerlengo to see who the top non-Russian pair is, and they have 4th place marks right across the board, so they will stay in 4th, but they win more fans here in Oakland. Rakamo and Coco coming up next. Kristi Platov when we come back to Oakland.
Thank you.
Jenny Platov.
And if we've discussed speed and flow to excess here tonight, this is the team of all of them that has perhaps the best flow and ice coverage out there.
Uncharacteristic mistakes from great Russian couples tonight.
Both taking from the same coach.
Well, that one was very well covered up, but it definitely was not a choreographed part of the performance.
Almost had to look twice to see if that was a mistake.
Well, Barb, both of Natalia Gabova's teams had some difficulty out here tonight, but what I'm impressed with the most is the fact that both of these programs, the Zova Zulin and Grishka Klatov, are choreographed by Ludmila Butskova, and to have two teams stand on the podium at the World Championship, I think says a lot in terms of choreographic ability.
Well, I really like this team, and I think we'll see a lot of them in the future. But they just don't capture me like Usova and Zulin do, and I have to wonder if maybe it's just the choice of music. It really doesn't have a lot of emotion to it.
What happens on this fall is that coming out of the twizzle, she plants a toe, and he continues his motion and pulls her down. But I'm most impressed by the way she rolled with it for a great recovery. This is the sign of a team that is really in tune with each other.
Now, fans at home will be wondering. Now, we've seen mistakes by Usova Zulin, a mistake by them, and yet we're still considering, well, probably a Russian sweep. Should we be seeing that?
Definitely, because these three teams are just so much better than the rest.
Choreographically, speed, style, look, extension, flow. Bob, you're right. These three have it head and shoulders above the balance of the field.
Artistic marks are there. 8 third-place marks. Only the Czechoslovakian judge has dropped them to 4th, so it is indeed a Russian sweep. Klavova, Ponomarenko, Usova Zulin, Kristi, Klatov. As far as the
What a climax to a terrific week of skating here in Munich. A first ever ladies sweep. And now in a moment of skating history, 3 women, all from the same country, hear their national anthem.
3 American ladies, 3 skaters bound together by a moment in history. There's the champion with her grace and athleticism. The achiever, the New England beauty, as consistent as she is elegant. 1 year ago, she achieved what had never been expected, a medal at the World Championships. Then there's the outsider. Success has been hard-won and always on her terms. 3 skaters linked in history. Since Munich, Olympic gold for the world champion. And when you're a champion, you're treated like one when you return home. You can dream about winning an Olympic medal, and if you do, who can blame you and your parents from feeling the joy? The parade? Bronze medalists earn them too. But what if you're the outsider, a former national champion who didn't win a medal at the games? What happens when you come home from the Olympics? Is there a parade waiting for you? No. Is there anyone?
I don't know how you guys knew I was coming in. I didn't tell anybody. I can't believe this.
Tonya Harding now has her chance to recapture the form that won her a national championship in 1991. This time, the world crown is at stake. Nancy Kerrigan can once again show the style that has brought her so far, so fast. And Kristi Yamaguchi, the champion. This has been her year, and now she has a chance to confirm her regal status as world champion. 3 young Americans, 3 who have shared skating success, but only one can be today's world champion. Just 5 minutes south of the city of Oakland, the Oakland Coliseum, home of the NBA Golden State Warriors. Today, it hosts the 1992 World Figure Skating Championships, the ladies' champion to be decided. Hello, everyone. I'm Dick Enberg, and welcome to our continuing coverage. One of 6 ladies will wear that gold medal within 2 hours. We're about a half hour away from the final 6, and here's how they stand after the original programs, counting 1/3 of the total score. The Olympic champion, Yamaguchi, defends her world title. Chen, she's only 15, from the People's Republic of China. She's trying to ruin the 1-2-3 sweep that the Americans enjoyed in Munich a year ago. Kerrigan 3rd, Harding is 4th, Laetitia Hubert, a teenager from France, is 5th, and the French-Canadian José Chouinard is 6th. Now let's call in Sandra Bezic, who is a champion Canadian skater and choreographed Kristi Yamaguchi's program that we're going to see today that won her the gold. What are the qualities about this little 92-pound dynamo that you admire most?
Well, I think the world has come to know Kristi as a shy and feminine skater who makes everything look so easy. The Kristi I know is a hard-working athlete, and the thing I love about her most is her passion. Dick, she simply loves to skate.
So when you get out on that patch of ice, if you love what you do, that can undo a lot of nerves, and I'm sure all 6 of those ladies have plenty of that going on right now, including Tonya Harding, who has the big triple axel. Can she vault from 4th to 1st?
Well, everybody's talking about the triple axel, and I don't think the triple axel is going to win this event. If you look at the performances in Albertville, skaters were falling all over the place trying to do triple this and triple that. I think it's going to be the cleanest performance that will win this event.
But if Harding hits that triple axel and has a clean program, who knows? She could be a big story, and she will skate last of the 6. How about Nancy Kerrigan?
Well, Nancy had a difficult original program yesterday, and her nerves are showing.
All right, Nancy Kerrigan. She was first to skate of the elite in yesterday's original program, and here's how we called it.
4.5.
22-year-old Nancy Kerrigan, 3rd in the recent Olympics. Her legally blind mother,
Nancy
Brenda,
Kerrigan.
watching closely. As Kerrigan, remember the surprise in Munich a year ago? She rallied to beat Midori Ito and Surya Bonali and captured the bronze.
Program, the ladies must execute 8 elements, and Nancy opens with the most critical of these elements, the jump combination. Hers is a triple Lutz double toe loop.
Oh no, what a start.
That's going to be at least a 0.3 deduction. If she has any hope of staying in contention, the rest of this program has to be clean. Into a double axel.
The test of any champion in any sport is being able to forget mistakes and errors, and that's where Nancy Kerrigan is skating now. Wipe away the early error, come back.
It isn't easy.
Nancy Kerrigan, the first of the major competitors to skate of the 40 in the competition. A mistake in the combination, but she showed her maturity, didn't let it affect the rest of her program.
The 1992 World Figure Skating Championships are brought to you by Lexus Luxury Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection. By fast-acting Sudafed. With Sudafed, you don't get drowsy, you get relief. By Nutrisystem, Nutrisize your life. And by AT&T, the right choice.
All cars are made with sheets of metal. But one of these sheets is actually a sandwich of steel, resin, and steel, used by Lexus to help quiet the cabin of the LS 400. Care to guess which one?
This person has taken a cold medicine with an antihistamine that warned him of driving and drowsiness. But this person took Sudafed, the leading cold medicine that won't cause drowsiness.
Welcome back to the 1992 World Championships in Oakland. As close to a golden lock as there is in sports is the Olympic ladies champions' chances in the ensuing Worlds. Not since 1956 has the Olympic winner not won the world title. Now that promises positive results for champion Kristi Yamaguchi, who has joined an elite skating club with her Albertville win. Here's Tom Hammond.
There is no other place where grace and beauty on ice can be displayed in a brighter spotlight than the Winter Olympic Games. Figure skating, a forum of tradition and class where there is opportunity to enter an elite world, a world where only 4 American women have been. 16 years ago, Dorothy Hamill captured the gold, a lasting and vivid image.
There's nothing like standing up there and hearing the Star-Spangled Banner being played, and it's the most thrilling moment in sport of all.
Only a month ago, Kristi Yamaguchi had the chance to share that thrill so few others know. As she recaptured for the U.S. the gold medal Dorothy Hamill won in 1976.
It's kind of neat to think that I'm following in her footsteps because she was always a big idol of mine when I first started skating.
Now Kristi returns home to Fremont, California as the new American Idol of winter. She's greeted by adoring fans and heads into a whirlwind of opportunities. A gold medal, a new life.
It was a little weird to be back in the States for the first time after the Olympics. Seeing so many people that do recognize me now, it's kind of hard to believe.
Across the country in Massachusetts, Kristi's Olympic roommate, Nancy Kerrigan, brought her bronze medal home to proud friends and family. Stoneham even named a street after their new idol. Nancy also faces newborn stardom and celebrity.
I'm in restaurants and people know who I am and ask for autographs, and you know, when I get up to leave, the whole place drops their forks and knives and claps. And that's really different.
An Olympic medal now fills Nancy's life, and her parents proudly shared her special moment.
You didn't need all this to be proud. You're proud anyway. That's just extra.
The next big moment in the lives of Nancy and Kristi will come shortly after these World Championships, when each must decide whether to turn professional or retain amateur status in order to compete at the 1994 Olympics. There have been reports from the Yamaguchi camp that perhaps the number of endorsement opportunities were not suitable. There hadn't been enough, maybe because of Kristi's Japanese heritage, the Japan bashing that's been going on in the U.S. But Kristi Ness, Yamaguchi's coach, told me that certainly wasn't the case. There had been plenty of opportunities. Things had just been quiet because Kristi wanted to concentrate on performing at these World Championships. Well, Kristi certainly seemed focused yesterday as she skated her original program. Here's the way Dick and Sandra called it.
5.4. Thank you. Representing the
Olympic
United
champion,
States,
20-year-old Kristi Yamaguchi introduced to this welcoming crowd. Cheers from this sellout audience at the Coliseum in Oakland. Her first appearance back on USI since winning the Olympic gold. There's her father, a dentist, Dr. Jim, brother Brett, sister Lori. Mother Carol nervously does not sit with the rest of the family. Yamaguchi trying to repeat last year's world championship.
Calm and cool, but she said that at the Olympics before her original program she was shaking like a leaf, and I guarantee she's feeling the pressure here. She opens with her combination, the triple Lutz double toe loop. Not her best, but she still did it.
20-year-old Kristi Yamaguchi, youngest of the top U.S. skaters, trains in Edmonton with Canadian champion Kurt Browning.
One more jump to go, the double axel.
The champion, Kristi Yamaguchi, welcome home. And way up in the audience, there's her mother, Carol. She has to be happy with that performance. Although Carol was one of the few not screaming, it was like a warrior crowd the way they saluted Yamaguchi, stretching before she comes on the ice with the other top six, the final group that will skate for medals, and one of the six in fourth place wearing her Trailblazers t-shirt, Tonya Harding, fourth at the Olympics, fourth going into today's program. We'll see her program next.
Turn around what has been a tough year so far. After finishing fourth at the Winter Olympics, she returned to her old coach, Diane Rawlinson. Rawlinson took a look at the skates she'd used in Albertville and decided that the blades had been mismounted and improperly sharpened, so she decided new blades were in order. While they were waiting for the new blades to arrive, Tonya couldn't jump or spin, so they had some free time and decided to completely revamp her two programs. She's skating a new program today. She hopes that and the triple axel can carry her to a medal and perhaps find herself in the process.
What kind of person I am, I really like. You have some ups and downs, and you can't be perfect all the time. I really did a lot of things that I regret. It doesn't bother me that people will try to make things up about me. You know, it doesn't bother me.
To Tonya Harding, her tumultuous upbringing was a way of life, a tough way of life. that manifested itself as a thorn in the side of the serene and staid world of figure skating.
I want to be the type of person who people like.
At the 1991 U.S. Nationals, they certainly liked Tonya's skating. She stole the spotlight with her big triple axel that propelled her to a new way of life. With her husband, Jeff, Tonya was launched into uncharted territory, filled with new demands, exposing her private life, countless interviews, promotional appearances, and a television commercial. She was overwhelmed.
I never expected everything to hit me like it did. I'd never won such a big, prestigious event, and, you know, I didn't know what to do.
As rapidly as she had stormed to the top, Tonya crashed from her pedestal. Marital troubles, coaching changes, and a Sports Illustrated article exposing an abusive stepbrother all reflected on her skating as she barely made the Olympic team. Tonya went into seclusion, surprised the skating establishment when she left for Albertville only 3 days before competition.
Coming in at the last minute was really smart with skating, you know, here as much as I did. I trained harder than I've ever trained before.
I do feel that it would have helped if we'd been there a few days earlier than when we got there. We were, I think, a few days too late.
Harding never found her rhythm at the Olympics, and a long and frustrating season crashed to a bitter conclusion. 6th after the original program, Tonya finally finished in 4th place, out of the medals and still out of sync.
I knew that I wanted to do something different because what I have been doing wasn't working.
Searching for answers, Tonya took charge, fired Coach Dodie Teachman.
Tonya's definitely not a real easy person sometimes to work with. I mean, she has her good points and she's got some, you know, there's the other side of the coin too. So I don't really feel that it was frustrating. Yeah, it was frustrating at times. You know, not any, maybe because she can be pretty stubborn, but that's part of what makes her Tonya.
She has had some wonderful people in her life, people that she could really count on, people that really love her. Maybe she gets afraid when she feels that kind of love. I don't really know.
Her support corps frustrated and bewildered. Tonya rehired Diane Rawlinson, her childhood coach of 14 years, who defended Tonya's recent Portland altercation.
She felt she needed to defend herself, that she wasn't going to let someone push her around. Tonya's trying very hard to grow up, and she's going to make mistakes. She's made a lot of mistakes this year, and she tries to refer to them as learning experiences, not mistakes.
You can't be at your best all the time, and, you know, I don't have any excuses for what has gone on in the last year. I mean, everyone, you know, I've had different problems here and there, but everybody has problems, and I'm just trying to work over them and reach my goal.
And here is the stubborn, tough, talented 21-year-old tomboy from Portland, Oregon, determined to rebound here in Oakland from that 4th place finish in Albertville.
New coach, new choreography, new original program, new blades, new strategy. What a way to go into the World Championships. A different side of Tonya skating to Moon River. changes she's made is she's not going to do the triple axel combination here. She fell on it in Albertville, so here she's doing the same combination as Kristi Yamaguchi, triple Lutz, double toe loop.
But no combination.
No, nothing. That's going to be 0.5 or 0.6 deduction.
Tonya Harding, like Nancy Kerrigan, a big problem in the combination requirement. Otherwise, a good and very different program. And now we're live. Yesterday's original program's ancient history backstage before the big show. The final six will take the ice in the battle for best in the world in just minutes. We'll return to the Oakland Coliseum after this. Oakland Coliseum, a sellout crowd. Boy, this was a tough ticket. Nearly 14,000 here to see the ladies championship. And just now, the final six skaters, the last group taking the ice. The American stars being cheered, Yamaguchi and Kerrigan and Harding, as they begin this 6-minute tuning and testing and checking out of the competition. Letitia Hubert, the French teenager, had her country aglow after a 5th place finish in her Albertville original program. And Chen Lu of China, the 15-year-old, she skating well enough that it would not be a surprise for her to score the big upset and take home the gold. And of course also the Canadians here to cheer 22-year-old Jose Suinar. 12 years ago, China shut out in their first competition here. Here's yesterday's program.
This young lady is on her way to being a star. She's only 15. She skated a magnificent long program in Albertville, but she had problems with the short program. She opens with the triple Lutz double toe loop. Very nice.
She debuted at last year's Worlds at age 14, finished 12th, was a solid 6th in the Olympics.
She spent 1 month with the renowned coach Carlo Fossi. Her choreographer Tom Dixon is an American. This is a fabulous piece of work. last jump, the double axel.
What a program.
She's done it, Dick. This is going to put her in a great place.
Now we're back live. That performance earning Chen Lu the second position behind Kristi Yamaguchi going into the free program, which counts 2/3. And here is the order in which young women will skate. The French 17-year-old Hubert first, then Nancy Kerrigan, who is in third place, José Chouinard. The French-Canadian in sixth place will take the ice third. Kristi Yamaguchi defending her title fourth. Then Chen Lu will skate after Yamaguchi, and the last will be Tonya Harding-Galuli. She'll know exactly what has to be done for her if there is a possibility to move from fourth to first or from fourth to the medal stand. Just minutes away from the first of the final six, the 1992 World Championships.
One shot for a medal.
In the final six skates first from Versailles in France, 17-year-old Laetitia Hubert, fifth after the original program. She is the current world junior champion. Finished 12th in the Olympics in her native France when she was a smile-popping fifth for the French after her original program, and then dropped to a tearful 12th after a mistake-filled long program. Laetitia Hubert.
After her dismal performance in Albertville, her goal here is not necessarily to beat the other skaters, but to conquer her nerves. Nice triple loop jump. Now for her big move, triple Lutz.
Debuted in the Worlds last year, was 26th, jumping all the way to 6th coming into this free long program.
And she fought for that triple combination.
Laetitia Hubert, 17-year-old daughter of a French state policeman. He helps her in her aerobic training.
She's doing very well. When you qualify for the final group of skaters, it means you're one of the elite, and that can be awfully overwhelming for someone as inexperienced as Laetitia.
4 minutes, 10 seconds. It must have seemed an eternity for this young woman who lives only 3 miles from the beautiful palace at Versailles, for centuries the home of French kings and queens, and apparently her place in skating royalty might be in Lillehammer, the Olympics 2 years from now. And when we return, American Nancy Kerrigan, currently in 3rd place. Welcome back, and now the marks for Laetitia Hubert. First for technical merit. The British judge lowest at 5'2".
Some very generous marks at 3.57. She's young, she's inexperienced, but give her time, she has a bright future. We have to remember that last year she was ranked 26th in the world.
And for artistic impression, again, the British judge didn't like what the others did. 4.8 up to a series of 5.6s. Laetitia Hubert. Remember the name and the face. We'll be seeing her in the future. And here is the face of Nancy Kerrigan, 3rd in the Olympics, 3rd entering this free skating program. Her mother, Brenda, remember a year ago, she joined us in Munich and watched as we prepared to monitor for her. And, of course, you saw her during the Olympics, as she needs to be that close to the set in order to discern the moves of her daughter. Really can't define the particular features. Nancy Kerrigan. Trouble yesterday.
But this time it was a triple combination. Good for her.
A 22-year-old native of Stoneham, Massachusetts, with a Katharine Hepburn features, a business student at Boston's Emmanuel College, located near Fenway Park.
Climax of the program, the triple Lutz.
Singling that triple Lutz. Medal hopes are being dashed.
But she's still fighting. That was a nice triple Salchow.
Well, gracefully she delivered those elegant surprises in Munich last year, the bronze medal in Albertville. But a couple critical errors in this program most likely will cost her any medal hopes.
Here's the triple Lutz, the attempted triple Lutz that turned into a single. She worked throughout the program, trying really hard to fight.
And her mother then watched her make the second mistake, a touchdown. And while she is legally blind, that close, she knew she had just seen and heard a problem. So Nancy Kerrigan has skated, 4 yet to go. Letitia Hubert has skated. We'll get Kerrigan's marks in a moment. And Kerrigan have taken the ice, 4 to go. And here is how you win the gold in this competition. It's fairly simple. Kristi Yamaguchi places first in the free program. She wins. Chen Lu, she places first in the free program, gets the gold. Same was true of Nancy Kerrigan. Hardly likely she will finish first. And for Tonya Harding, from 4th place to win the gold, she has to win the free skate, and Yamaguchi would have to fall to 3rd place. It's basically that simple. Now the score is coming up for Nancy Kerrigan for technical merit, and of course that's the punishment. The low scores for the 2 breaks in the program. 5-2 from the British judge, who has been consistently difficult. 5-7 high from the German.
Nancy was disappointed with her long program performance in Albertville, and she was looking to better that here. Here's the British judge. She's been judging strangely all evening.
But consistently. 5-9 high from the Croatian judge, and some 5-8. So artistic impression, the strength of Kerrigan, and she is rewarded. Those marks good enough to move her ahead of Hubert. And next on the ice, José Chouinard, the Canadian champion a year ago, second this year, 22-year-old French-Canadian, in 6th after the original program. She lives in Laval, Quebec, across the St. Lawrence Seaway from Montreal.
Last year, she was a surprising 6th place in her first Worlds. But then in Albertville, she placed a disappointing 9th. So she's happy to be in this final group of ladies. Triple flip, triple toe combination.
And that being a combination, doubly painful in terms of the judge's eyes. For the past 2 years, José has been badgered by a serious back problem. That makes it tough to practice those jumps.
Well, she's had to limit the number of jumps she does in each practice, and she doesn't like being limited like that. It's very frustrating.
22-year-old Canadian star with a Mary Tyler Moore smile, José Chouinard, a trouble-free program.
Like Letitia and Nancy, this is only her second year in Worlds, and it's hard. The inexperience does show up.
With Midori Ito, the silver medalist at Albertville, not here because of a chronic respiratory problem. Some of the younger skaters hoping that would allow the door to be open for them to get a medal. And there's the woman to beat, the defending world champion, the Olympic champion, Kristi Yamaguchi. She's next.
Janet, listen.
Nancy Kerrigan. Nancy, you never seemed to find your rhythm. You struggled in the warm-up and things just didn't go well. Do you know what was wrong?
It's just been a rough time since the Olympics, getting back into it. There's been so much going on, a lot of distractions, and we didn't have much time to get used to the ice here, and I couldn't visualize my rink at home and just be real comfortable with it. So I think it was just a combination of a lot of things, but it wasn't totally bad. I did get some good marks.
Thank you very much for coming out. Dick?
All right, Tom, and now the marks being posted for technical merit for
5.3.
Jose,
5.3.
and they are from a low of 5.1 to a high of 5.5.
Although she was up and down in the program, she did land 4 triples. She had a solid attempt on the triple Lutz.
And for artistic impression, not that bad, but not good enough either to move her ahead of either Kerrigan or Hubert, who are still 1, 2, 3 in front of Chouinard, and now Kristi Yamaguchi will have her turn. Favored to win the gold again, the home favorite of this crowd, 20 years old. She's the youngest of the 3 U.S. skaters. From nearby Fremont, California, a 20-minute drive down the freeway. You talked about the clean program would win the gold medal here, and so far we've not seen that. That is the strength of Yamaguchi. Her mother, Carol, who was born in an internment camp during World War II. Father spent time there as well. They've never expressed any bitterness about that experience, only pride in being Americans. And how proud they are as she comes home in her effort to repeat the world gold medal, Kristi Yamaguchi.
Well, we've seen how the pressures affected the other ladies. We'll find out very quickly how Kristi's handling it. She opens with the triple Lutz, triple toe loop combination. She's got to keep control. Triple flip.
Jumps, including a combination, all landed impeccably.
relaxed than I've ever seen her in competition. It's the next jump that she fell on in Albertville. The triple sow cow, her nemesis. The only time she's ever been able to land it was at U.S. Nationals, but good for her for trying it.
That leaves the door open for Chen Lu and Tonya Harding.
She has one last big one to go. Her second triple Lutz.
A hero's greeting for Kristi Yamaguchi.
Just a wonderful, wonderful performance. Here's the opening combination, the triple Lutz, triple toe loop. Just beautifully done. She landed 6 triple jumps, 2 in combination. Tell me she is just an artist and not an athlete. Here's the triple sow that she fell on. She was very slow going into it. Didn't have the momentum to land it. But she's got to be happy.
They shower the ice with flowers for Yamaguchi. The competition continues. 2 to go.
You let me down, and it'll take them a month to count the blade marks off your back.
Critics are falling for the cutting edge.
There's only 2 things I do really well, sweetheart, and skating's the other one.
It's romantic, exciting, and emotionally powerful.
What is this expression on your face? Is that a smile?
The film's triumph is the chemistry between Sweeney and Kelly.
Flowers?
I'm throwing myself at you.
D.B. Sweeney, Moira Kelly, The Cutting Edge, rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
There are 5 nines, 3 of them, and a low from the British judge, 5.7.
Good marks. They have left a little room. The next marks should go up.
Thank you. Interesting to point out that no U.S. judge in the 9 making their opinion, and all 5 nines except for the British judge, Kristi Yamaguchi. It'll be very difficult to beat her for the gold. And now the immediate pretender to Yamaguchi's throne, just 15, Chen Lu, the youngest of the top 6 going into this free program from Changchun in northeast China. She first skated in the U.S. last year on this very ice in Skate America 91, scored a stunning 4th, had a terrific Olympics, finishing 6th, 2nd coming into the free.
First name, Lu, means morning dew, and it's the perfect description of her style. She opens with a triple Lutz. Very nice.
ever Chinese skater to win a world medal.
Most is her ability to handle the detail of her choreography. A double on the triple loop, but it's her understanding of the finer details and the subtleties at this age, at 15. It's staggering. Her arms, the tilt of her head. It's wonderful choreography.
Daughter of athletic parents, both starred at the province level. Her mother a table tennis hero, her father an ice hockey player.
Her second triple Lutz. And this is where her age shows up.
This could open the door for what was expected to be a 1-2-3 U.S. sweep in these World Championships.
Triple flip. Remember, if Harding's to win, someone has to beat Kristi. And it could have been Lou, but I don't know. I don't think so. It's impossible.
Chen Lu perfect yesterday in her execution in the short program, and fatigue and nerves may have taken their toll today. One left to go. Tonya Harding of Portland, Oregon. We'll be back after these words from your local station.
Dateline.
Low. Swiss judge 5-2.
5.6. 5.6. 5.5.
So Kristi Yamaguchi is assured of the gold medal. She can't fall to third, and so even if Harding skates the performance of any skater's life, she could not pass Yamaguchi. She has repeated as world champion. The artistic impression, wide range from 5-1 to 5-8, and so Tonya Harding now with an opportunity to finish, well, anywhere but first. She can't beat Yamaguchi, but she can medal. Second in Munich a year ago. The skating powerhouse from Portland, Oregon. The only married competitor, an asthmatic U.S. national champion a year ago. Silver behind Yamaguchi in the Worlds. This year, trouble-filled. Struggled to third in the Nationals. Finished away from a medal, fourth in Albertville.
Opens with the triple Salchow. This is almost just a warm-up for her.
That's the jump on which Yamaguchi fell.
It's the next jump and the one after that. Here's the triple Lutz. A double. She wants to land. She hasn't yet this year, the triple axel.
first American to ever land that triple axel, second only to Midori Ito in history, but unable to connect again. So 2 breaks in her program. Kerrigan currently in second.
She's backing off. That was a double-double combination. She's got to collect herself and keep on fighting if she wants a medal here.
Hubert, the teenager from France, is in third. Will she medal?
Jumps, but this new program to Robin Hood is an attempt at a choreographed program. But you have to wonder if all the changes in just a month have affected her.
Another double. Skate at a shopping mall in Portland. She's the antithesis of the well-funded silver spoon skater, tough blue-collar survivor, Tonya Harding, finishing her program. Battling to return to the podium. Was there a bronze or a silver in that performance? She reduced her difficulty.
Well, she only landed 2 triples. Tonya the jumper. I think she's going to have to chalk this season up to more lessons learned. Here's the triple axel. Nice height, but awfully close to the boards. She dropped her right shoulder on the landing and just wasn't able to hold it. It was the same errors that she made in Albertville.
She was hitting that triple axel in practice earlier in the week.
But not in warm-up, just prior to the event.
How do you feel?
So Tonya Harding Galoli told us she's taken up a new hobby. She says, I'm into bowling now, and I've got the brightest pink bowling ball that money can buy. Hoping to hit a strike here, and may not have picked up the spare. Currently, it's Yamaguchi, Kerrigan, Hubert of France surprisingly in third, Chen in fourth, Swinar of Canada fifth. Where will that performance fit in the top 6?
Hell, it's huge. The triple sack out, the first one is huge. Just huge.
Kristi Yamaguchi, not much drama there. She knows she has completed the triple. The Nationals for the first time early this year, then the Olympics, and now another World Championship.
And after watching all the programs from all the other ladies, it makes you realize how well Kristi has done and how well she's handled the pressure here.
And you made an excellent point, and I know as Kristi Yamaguchi's friend and choreographer, that it bothers you that she's always referred to as petite and graceful and elegant. No one talks about her being an athlete. You made that point very clear, and so did she on the ice. And now the marks for Tonya Harding. A low of 5.0 from the Swiss judge and the British judge. And that, her strength, technical merit, will be a punishing set of numbers to assimilate.
And they reflect the lack of jumps.
And for artistic impression, higher marks than for technical merit. So that's the change that she's making in her skating life. It drops her into 6th place overall. The big surprise here in Oakland, California, well, Hubert, because of the system of skating and comparing by judges to each skater, Chen Lu moves into 3rd ahead of Hubert. So Yamaguchi, the winner of the gold, Kerrigan the silver, and Lu Chen the bronze. Tom?
The skating of the ladies' championship.
Kristi, this was really the first time in international competition that you were expected to win. How did you deal with that additional pressure?
Well, I wasn't really thinking of expecting to win. I wanted to come in and skate well in front of a lot of friends and family, and I'm glad I was able to keep it together so well.
Was it difficult to stay focused after winning the gold at the Olympics?
It was a little tough coming back into the training, but once I realized that the World Championships are only a couple weeks away, I got right back into it and was excited to be here.
And here before your home folks, did you seem to draw energy from all the friendly voices in the crowd?
Oh, it was wonderful. They were a great crowd, and I hope this championship does a lot for figure skating here in California.
Big decision for you coming up, whether to turn professional or not. When will you make the decision?
Well, I'm sure that decision will be made soon. I'm not sure will it be before I leave for the U.S. ISU tour or after.
Are you leaning one way or the other?
Well, I'm not so sure. I still enjoy performing very much, and it's hard to think of my life without competition right now.
Congratulations. Dick, with all those gold medals piling up, she may be too legit to quit.
Yeah, that's right. Hammer is a resident of Fremont, California, the home base of Kristi Yamaguchi. Here are the final standings. The U.S. wins gold and silver, Yamaguchi and Kerrigan. The brilliant 15-year-old Chen Lu takes the bronze, and we're going to be hearing about her in the years to come. Hubert, boy, she'll go home with a big smile to Versailles with 4th place. Chouinard, 5th for Canada. Tonya Harding, a disappointing 6th, the United States. Stay with us. We'll show you the medal performances in pay. Title more than once. She joins Tenley Albright, Carol Heiss, Peggy Fleming, and Linda Fradiani. For Nancy Kerrigan, her 2nd place, her silver, the highest ever for her, finishing in major competition. And a piece of history as well. Chen Lu, the first ever in history from her country to win a world or Olympic medal. She takes the bronze.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flags of the medalists will now be raised.
And now 14,000 fans at the Coliseum rise. That spectacular sight. What must it be like for a champion to look to the far end of the arena and see her flag raised in her honor and the anthem played? Kristi Yamaguchi, world champion, joins Viktor Petrenko, the men's champion from Russia, and fellow Russians Mishkatunik Dmitriev win the pairs. Klimovon, Ponomarenko, the ice stands. Your impression, Sandra?
Well, reflecting over the week, each Olympic champion came to capture the World Championship title here with even more superior performances than they gave at the Olympics, and isn't that wonderful?
Something I'll take home from Oakland is that beautiful face of Radka Kovačíková, the 17-year-old pair skater from Czechoslovakia. When she's only 17, it was 17 years before she was born the last time that Czechoslovakia won a medal in pair skating. She will team up in her native country. The World Championships are in Prague next year, and we'll look for Radka Kovačíková and maybe Peter Barna, who stumbled in his efforts to win a medal here in the men's competition, but a brilliant performer should he stay as an amateur. That wraps it up. There's your champion again, Kristi Yamaguchi, with Nancy Kerrigan winning a silver, and Chen of China, the first ever Chinese athlete to win a world medal. Be sure to join us next Saturday when the beauty of World Figure Skating Championships will continue as Sports World brings you the coverage of the ice dance gold medal finals. Then on Saturday, April 11th, all of our world medalists and more will have some great fun as they present their exhibition programs. That means you'll see Petrenko and Browning and Yamaguchi, Liu, Mishkatunik, Dmitriev, Brasseur and Eisler, Klimova and Ponomarenko. Our thanks to all of those who made this telecast possible. Special tip of the hat to Urena Ribbons for her research and statistical work. Men and women that brought you the sights and sounds of figure skating from Oakland. For Sandra Besick and Tom Hammond, I'm Dick Enberg. Thank you for joining us for the 1992 World Figure Skating Championships. Competition is over. Today, a free-spirited, relieved, unpressured lineup of the world's best skaters express their skating fun in the finale of the 1992 World Figure Skating Championships. Sandra Besick, the champions have been crowned in 1992, and the Russians reaped a bunch of gold. The ice dancers, the pairs from Russia, both were victorious. Viktor Petrenko takes home the world gold medal. The United States, well, Kristi Yamaguchi for the second straight year is the world champion. And this is the day for the exhibition skate, where they are able to really let it all go. No judges, and that's why we're sitting where we are. This is the judges' row.
That's right. It's the exhibitions, which means that the audience has the opportunity to become the judges. So, Dick, you can choose whomever you like best.
Well, that sounds like a good idea, but since we're here, it just reminds me this hot seat is vibrating. There are a couple of questions I still have about the subjective nature of your sport, figure skating. How can it be that in ice dancing, they have 24 go into the final dance? 50% of the score counts toward the total.
Here's some popcorn. The show's about to start.
50%. And you know how many people change places after they all scored 24 times? 13 and 14 changed places. And you know, the only two people who fell, do people ever fall in ice dancing? Do they ever fall at ice dancing? I'm asking you. No. And they got a silver and a bronze. Got another example for you.
This is my sport you're talking
about. Just a minute. Explain this. It's a little confusing. Laetitia Hubert of France. She's in third place. She's going to win a bronze medal because there's only one more skater to go, Tonya Harding. Tonya Harding's in fourth. Harding has trouble. She finishes sixth. What does Hubert get? Does she get third? No, the judges move her to fourth. How can that be?
The show's about to start. Have some popcorn.
Okay, Sandra, I'll try to get my heartbeat down. Hey, the judges are on the freeway. This is going to be fun. Kristi Yamaguchi accommodating her fans with a precious autograph. And here come the 7-time Finnish champions to start the skating fun. Susanna Rakamo, Petri Koko, 27-year-olds from Helsinki, finished 5th in ice dancing. Slowly but definitely, they're moving up the world ladder. They're charming and creative. Their sense of humor, a refreshing change in a sea of serious ice dance programs.
Susanna and Petri are probably the most entertaining of all the dance teams, and here, appropriately, a parody of ice dancing.
She has such Chaplin-esque expressions.
It's fun to laugh at ourselves every once in a while. This program sure puts it all into perspective.
Susanna Rakamo and Petri Koko, no medal in Oakland, but their long-time popularity with world audiences finally being more appreciated by the judges. Watch out in Lillehammer for this Finnish couple. Off stage, Boston's Mark Mitchell. He's bouncing. He had a happy visit to Oakland, finishing 5th in the final standings.
Hi, everyone.
He's next. Coliseum, there's Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov. They finished 5th in pair skating, getting some final touches. We'll see them shortly. But right now, taking the ice here at the Oakland Coliseum, 23-year-old Mark Mitchell, who trains at the Skating Club of Boston. He told us when he was left off this year's Olympic team, he almost quit. He had a lot to prove here. His free program was outstanding. Finished 5th overall. It's been a happy visit for Mitchell.
When he finally did arrive at the World Championships. With his 4th place finish in the free program, he's decided to continue competing, setting his sights on Lillehammer.
Is that better?
Meanwhile, backstage, Kurt Browning and Kristi Yamaguchi, we understand that Canadian television is doing a promotional TV ad for this event for Canadian television.
Watch the World Championship Gala.
This Sunday on CBC.
Let's see if that's a take. I don't know, it wasn't bad, but usually they make you do too. Isn't that right, Sandra?
That's for sure.
Watch the World Championship Gala.
This Sunday on CBC.
5th place in the first.
That's a take. And we're going to take this moment to join Evgenia Shishkova, Vadim Naumov, the young but well-rounded pair from St. Petersburg. She's 19, he's 22. They were 5th in Albertville, and they were 5th here in Oakland at the World Championships. Attractive young pair from St. Petersburg, Evgenia Shishkova, Vadim Naumov, being built to a medal position for Lillehammer, and off stage, clowning it up. They finished fourth in ice dancing. Stefania Caligari, Pasquale Camerlengo. I'm Dick Enberg along with Sandra Bezic. From Milan, Stefania Caligari, Pasquale Camerlengo. They were fourth behind the Russian 1-2-3 sweep in ice dancing. Stefania is the daughter of fast-moving parents. They both are rally car drivers in Italy and now race classic automobiles. The family owns 26 automobiles.
And Pasquale is the choreographer of this duo.
Skating with each other since before 9 years old. Now they're both 26. Italians Stefania Caligari and Pasquale Camerlengo. They finished fourth behind the Russians. And that, in honor in itself, best non-Russian ice dancers in the world, just ahead of the Finns, Rakamo and Coco.
Well, this couple was 6th in Munich last year, 5th at the Olympics, 4th here in Oakland. That's the way ice dancing works.
Nancy Kerrigan, she continued her impressive rise in the world, a silver behind Yamaguchi here in Oakland. We'll see her shortly, but first, Laetitia Hubert. This long shot from Versailles, France, 17 years old, finished fourth in the competition, perhaps the biggest surprise in the ladies' singles skating competition.
Just a year ago, ago, she was ranked 26th in the world, but with this program, which is her original program, she vaulted to 5th after the original, 4th overall. A remarkable year for her.
Is from the land of famous gourmet cuisine, and we talked with her. She admitted she doesn't have time to cook, but did allow that she can muster up a pretty mean chocolate mousse dessert. Lives outside of Paris, trains there near the Palace of Versailles.
Only 17 years old, she has a bright future.
Start of the competition, Surya Bonali of France was the one we were watching, and she finished 11th overall. Dismal performance by Bonali, and then in contrast, Hubert erupts, almost makes the medal podium. Letitia Hubert, 17-year-old daughter of a French state policeman. We'll watch her star in years to come, and who knows, Lillehammer might mean a medal for her. Well, it is a relaxed day of skating, and catching the spirit is our non-Pharrell cameraman, Woo Man, who sees Brasseur and Eisler. They'll be skating next. Pairs, they finished third in Albertville, won the bronze here in Oakland. Isabelle Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler. They're going to have a devilish time in this gala skate.
And Herbie, that's Lloyd's nickname. He gets a tattoo every time he competes at a world championship. He must be covered.
It's like De Niro in Cape Fear.
The great thing about these exhibition performances is that the skaters can do whatever they want. Any illegal lift, like this incredible bounce spin. Gotta have nerve.
One of the things that I enjoyed most about the World Championship this year was to see the maturing of the personality of Isabelle Brasseur. She just is a different person. Isabelle Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler from Canada, bronze winners here in the World Championships.
They've had a heartbreaking year this year, hoping for gold medals. They ended with bronze, but they are, without a doubt, the most dynamic pair.
You know, always a good show. You know, if they turn professional, I want to see them because you know they'll be spectacular. But they say they'll continue amateur skating and head for Lillehammer 1994. Well, backstage, Nancy Kerrigan, Maya Usova, the brilliant Russian pair skater, and Kurt Browning, the Canadian champion. What's he up to now? Showing off for Nancy, I guess.
Yes, it is.
Looks like he's reeling in a fish.
That's my fish. Get it? Anyway, that's my fish. This is me doing up my ski suit.
I think what he's doing
Tucking
is
on the flat.
walking us through his all-Canadian program.
Shake someone's hand. I take the puck. Go down. Move a nice deke, Gretzky deke. Couple in, Mario Lemieux, nothing on me. Scores! Big Gretzky puck. Scores, couple of Arabians. You catching this, a Canadian thing? Stop. Yeah, shiver, shiver, skate. Cold, 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 cold. Mush. Eskimo Eskimo stuff. Mush. A bower, because you got to skate a little bit. Skating, mounty stuff. Then I wave, because all Canadians are friendly. Wave, wave, wave. And all Canadians can do triple toes. And then run through the fields, all the wheat fields and all the prairies. It's really wonderful. And then I'm on my horse. There's the calf. I rope it, I tie it. And then I hug Mother Canada. What do you think? Think it'll sell? Am I going to get gonged before this is over?
No, Kurt, but it does help to be crazy. We'll see you later. Out at the Coliseum in Oakland, California, enjoying the culmination of the 1992 World Figure Skating Championships. Next to skate, the ice dance pair Oksana Gritchuk and Yevgeny Platov from Russia. They have been gradually moving up on the world rankings. Fifth 2 years ago in the World Championships. They were fourth last year. They won the bronze here in Oakland as they head for a possible gold in Lillehammer in 1994. Of the future?
Could be. Their country mates, Usova and Julin, will be their greatest competition. All the Russians have such a sensuality about their skating. I love it.
Oksana Gritchuk, Yevgeny Platov, skating under the created banner CIS, Commonwealth of Independent States. She was outspoken in saying she really misses seeing the red flag and the playing of her national anthem. A young, promising couple. She's only 20.
Coached by Natalia Dubova, who also coaches Usova Julin and used to coach Klimová and Ponomarenko.
Isn't it wonderful to be here tonight with no rules, no regulations,
Victor Petrenko, look at that smile. That's golden. World champion to go with that Olympic gold medal that he won in Albertville. We'll see him down the line in this gala presentation. But first, here's a treat. Chen Lu, she became the first Chinese skater ever to win an Olympic or world medal as she finished third here in Oakland. The bronze for Lu, who just skated magnificently in the original program, and I understand that's what we're going to see today. Just 15 years old.
The reason she's skating her original program is because in her wildest dreams, she never expected to be on the podium, and she is heaven to watch.
Just has greatness stamped all over her. Chance to chat with her. She told us her first name, Lu, means morning dew. Barely could hear. I had to put my ear next to her mouth. She's so quiet and timid, even through an interpreter and speaking her own language.
She says she'd like to go to Canada to train.
And her idol?
Kristi Yamaguchi.
Chen Lu, simply, this young 15-year-old has it. She's going to be terrific.
She's breathtaking.
Takes home a bronze, first ever medal to China. Well, the men backstage, a little hot stove session, and we'll see them perform after these words from your local station. She's elegant. Karen said that there's so many times they thought she would quit during her formative years. They were ready to accept that. They said, we still are today if she wants to say goodbye to skating. Happily for all of us, she continues on. Nancy Kerrigan, just 22, but the oldest of the 3 top U.S. skaters. I swear I'd give my life for you from
Miss Saigon.
Well, a lot of guys apparently have been sending in mail and saying just that to her since her Olympic performance.
I bet.
And now backstage, Maya Usova and Victor Petrenko.
And a teddy bear with skates on.
And now one of the big surprises here in Oakland, California, the silver medalist from Czechoslovakia, Radka Kovačíková and Renee Novotny. They were 4th at the Olympics, all the way to 2nd here in Oakland. She's only 17 years old, a junior in high school, former junior champion, and he's 28.
I know you wish that rose was for you.
Well, I just cannot watch her. She's just riveting on the ice. Her maturity and obviously great ballet training. Face that should be on the front of a fashion magazine. Championships are in Prague next year. NBC will be there. And the Czechoslovakian fans will have plenty to cheer about, particularly this incredible pair. Only Mishkatunik and Dmitriev, and they're retiring, beat them in Oakland. Radka Kabashikova and Renee Novotny, silver medalists from Brno, Czechoslovakia.
This couple reminds me why I love pair skating.
Fun-loving three-time world champion Kurt Browning. He's getting ready, and he's agreed to skate for us while being mic'd. So Browning will skate to his own play-by-play when we return. Champion Kurt Browning calls Kurt Browning.
Mr. Bowman, how are you tonight? Stand up, take an applause. I'd like everyone to meet my friend, Mr. Christopher Bowman. All right, now for the real stuff. Our special commentator tonight is Mr. Kurt Browning. He's nervous, but give him a chance. The first part is serious.
Browning in fine fettle after winning the silver medal this year. That stopped the streak of 3 straight world championships. Realizes what a hero Browning is in Canada.
He's the next Gretzky.
Oh, pretty patriotic for a little Canadian boy. No judges tonight. Gotta like that. Now the funny part. Now, for all of you who don't know what I'm doing, I'm canoeing. Now, I think I might do a little fishing. Oh, that fish was huge! Now let's go a little skiing. Shake my hand, bud. Figure skating. Woo! Hey, it's getting cold out here. Now let's go sledding.
To the Canadian national anthem.
Hey, that was cool. Uh-oh, we got something hard here. Oh, he blows it, folks! But this is running through the field. Can you tell I'm running through a field? Now let's go catch that steer. Where is it? There it is. Oh, that was kind of fun. Thank goodness there's Canadians here. So everyone at home in TV land, I had a lot of fun. Okay, we get a second shot at this thing.
What a great ambassador for his sport.
And what an exit.
Come out of here. Ah, shoot.
I know it's only an exhibition, but
that.
I'd like to see that again. Maybe our producer David Michaels and director John Gonzalez. Oh, how about that?
You always get what you want. Another backflip by one of the best, most talented, most popular skaters in the world, Kurt Browning.
Now, was that intended? Was that part of the act, or did he miss it?
No, he did it. I'm sure that was part of it.
Kurt Browning, the farm boy from Caroline, Alberta. That's a pretty good audition.
Well, how was I? Do I get a job?
Don't call us, we'll call you.
15,000 fans. Now Maya Usova, Alexander Zulin, husband and wife, the silver medalists in the ice dance. They've been on the world podium the last 3 years. Almost to gold this year. Sandra, you talked about choreography. Maya Usova, Alexander Zulin, their programs always have it.
Just beautiful. They're so sophisticated and elegant, romantic. What a face.
She's 27 with the Audrey Hepburn looks. He's 28. They live in Moscow, husband and wife. Well, we're on a Russian theme. Viktor Petrenko, the gold medalist from Odessa in the Ukraine. He's getting ready to perform. But first, from Canada, they're number 2 behind Kurt Browning, and one of the big surprises in the men's competition here in Oakland, California, Elvis Stoiko, a young man, 20 years old, named by his parents after Elvis Presley. Very athletic and is maturing in terms of his style, not just athletic jumps, but integrating within his programs a real feel for the music.
quickly, Dick. And a triple Lutz with jumps like that, that's what's put him on the podium. He, along with Paul Wiley, stole the Olympics. And with another fabulous performance here, ended up in 3rd place. What a year for him.
He was 7th in the Olympics, but many felt he should have been scored much higher and earned a bronze medal here at the World Championships in Oakland. Elvis Stojko. Father from Yugoslavia, mother from Hungary. They met and married in Canada. Their common denominator, the love for the king, Elvis Presley. He said someday he's going to skate to a Presley song. He thought maybe Jailhouse Rock would work for him. Elvis Stojko made Canada proud to have both Browning and Stojko on the podium here at the World Championships. Just 20 years old, so much ahead for this young man. They were 4th behind the Americans Kuchiki and Sand a year ago in the World Championships. They finished disappointing for them 4th here in Oakland after a silver in Albertville. Bechke and Petrov. Yelena Betsky and Dennis Petrov, husband and wife. She's 26, 2 years older than he is. And she claims to be the boss in their year-and-a-half marriage. She said, I do all the talking on the ice, all the way to the sleeping room. Dmitriev are the first of the world champions of 1992 to skate in this gala. Brilliant again, these Olympic champions, as they continued the dominance of the Russians, now having won 25 of the last 28 World Pair Championships.
And what a way to win. The only world champions to receive 4 perfect 6.0 marks in artistic impression.
Somewhere in your heart, I won't care where it might be. One little corner may not mean so much to you, but one little corner would be enough to see through.
So Frank Sinatra, Somewhere in Your Heart. Boy, that was so much different than the classical performances we've seen in their competition throughout the course of this year. Natalia Mishkatunik, Artur Dmitriev. Back in St. Petersburg after they won the Olympics, a gold medal celebration at the mayor's mansion, an honor that had been reserved only for entertaining foreign dignitaries. None of the common folks had ever had a chance to be in that mansion, and Mishkatunik and Dmitriev by special invitation. I wonder what they have planned now.
Well, Natalia and Artur were given a piece of land by the city, and a company donated a prefab home. Unfortunately, the home is ready now, but they have to wait maybe 2 or 3 years for the land.
And that's not the only problem. They're not married. Who's going to get the home? Who's going to get the land when they finally settle this out?
They're going to have to flip a coin.
Now the encore, Mishkatunik and Dmitriev, part of this great tradition. All 4 champions will skate not only an original number here, but an encore. Let's see what they have in mind. so with that spirited performance, Natalia Mishkatunik and Artur Dmitriev say goodbye to the amateur world. You'll be seeing them professionally for years to come. They're very young. She's only 21. He's just 24. What a championship for this Russian pair. Well, what a year for Kristi Yamaguchi. In 3 months, a national, Olympic, and world championship. She's next. 20-year-old defending world champion. Her father, Dr. Jim, a dentist, they entered Kristi in skating early on to correct the club foot. Oh, how those feet can move now.
Allez, venez, Milord, vous asseoir à ma table. Il fait si froid dehors. Ici, c'est confortable. Laissez-vous faire, Milord. Et prenez bien vos aises pour faire sur du cœur. Et vos pieds sur une chaise, je vous connais, Milord. Vous ne m'avez jamais vu. Je ne suis qu'une fille du bord, une ombre de la rue. Pourtant, vous êtes rôlé quand vous passiez hier. Vous n'étiez pas peu fière d'âme, le ciel vous comblait. Votre couleur de soie, flottant sur vos épaules, vous aviez le vol. On aurait dû le voir, vous marchiez sans vainqueur, pauvre jeune demoiselle. J'en ai froid dans le cœur. Et le voyant Milord, souriez-moi Milord, mieux que ça, un petit effort. Voilà, c'est ça. Allez, viens Milord, allez chanter Milord.
Personal evidence that wonderfully great things can come in very small packages. 5 feet tall, she told me 92.5 pounds, Kristi Yamaguchi.
What a fairy tale year it's been for her.
There's a roommate in the Olympics, Nancy Kerrigan, rooting for her, even in this exhibition. And we'll have Kristi Yamaguchi's encore when we return. With Sandra Bezic, this is Dick Enberg. Welcome back to the Oakland Coliseum, and we welcome back Kristi Yamaguchi. Boy, what a difference 2 years has made. 2 years ago, remember, in Halifax, she was skating both singles, where she finished 4th, and in pairs.
And this is her answer to Kurt Browning's patriotism.
Yankee Doodle?
Yes. As American as apple pie.
Much more relaxed, that family. Their father's a dentist down in Fremont, 15 miles south of the Oakland Coliseum. What a joy it must be for the parents to watch this talented young lady, their daughter.
1992 dance gold medalists, Marina Klimova and Kerrigan.
They relinquished their title to the Duchesnays in Munich a year ago, then came back to beat the French ice dancing team for the gold medal at Albertville, and now they've won the World Championship once again. Klimova and Ponomarenko.
And they won with this free dance.
The ballet had its Nureyev and Fontaine and the old cheer to Stair and Rogers. In a way, these ice dancers are in that class, Klimova and Ponomarenko. A classic performance of man and a woman. Some of the fans feeling they're cooling off here. hardly. Absolute greatness. Marina Klimova, Sergei Ponomarenko.
Lovers, on and off the ice.
World Men's Champion from the Commonwealth of Independent States, Victor Petrenko.
Quite a year for Victor Petrenko, the first Russian to win the men's singles title in the Olympics. His first world championship here in Oakland, California, this 22-year-old is going to be married this June. His bride, Nina Smienskaya, the daughter of his coach, Galina.
That's going to make a lot of girls unhappy.
Odessa, in the Ukraine and the Black Sea, a warm weather city. Naturally, when asked what he likes best about the United States, he said, California.
But his favorite city in the world is Las Vegas. He says it's paradise.
He says, I like the many lights and the many machines. Slot machines. When he turns professional after this championship, he'll be able to put a bit more than a quarter in some of those slots.
Classic stylist with a whole lot of sex appeal.
And there is his mother-in-law to be, Galina Smievskaya. And now the encore for the world and Olympic champion.
Got this American thing down pat, doesn't he?
The Russian twist from champion Viktor Petrenko. 1992 in Albertville and Oakland, it all became golden. And from the Golden State, the beautiful Bay Area, to Sandra Bezic and Tom Hammond, Dick Enberg, that completes our coverage of the 1990.